the road toll caused by driver distraction grows. Mobile phone use, unruly children in the back seat, advertising and other sources of distraction from outside the car. They all threaten to drag your attention away from the most important task of safe driving. But if driver distraction is public enemy number one, then surely New Zealand's breathtaking landscape must be one of the most dangerous places to drive in the world! I can't afford to be distracted, because I'm here to focus on Hyundai's all-new Veloster Turbo, an oddball 3+1 door hatch that takes driving as seriously as it does looking great. Stunning fields and lush verdant. No, stop it! Wow. Over every crest there's a... No, stop it! It takes you back to Lord of the Rings. It's amazing. No, stop it, Dan. Stop it. There's only the road and the Veloster. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm going to focus on. If I'm going to give it my full attention, I'm going to have to do everything I can to focus only on the car and the road. Now that you have my full undivided attention, I can focus on the job at hand. The 2020 Hyundai Veloster. To say the original version fell a little short of the mark. It brought standout looks, but failed to match that with adequate performance. But this is the 2020 version, and it couldn't be more different. Dan, we missed the turn. Sorry. OK, maybe there is a fine line between attention on the road and just obscuring the road. I guess I'm just going to have to take my chances with that view. Every corner you turn here in New Zealand is another stunning vista, and it's threatening to take my attention away from what I'm really here to look at, and that is what this car is like. Where on the original version there were glossy bits and fake metal, this now replaces that with this really suave matte black all over the dashboard and some of the controls, and the effect is absolutely brilliant. One of the personality traits that carries over from the previous Veloster are these curious half-hatchback, half-coupe looks. But if you don't like the way this car looks on this side, it's different on this side. The Veloster has just one rear passenger door on the left-hand side, which might seem a little bit odd, but what it means is you get one stylish side and one practical side. But the Veloster's looks are only part of its formula. The other part is about how it drives. A little later, I'm going to find out if this little nugget has the punch to match its poise. Earlier in the show, my ingenious efforts to avoid being distracted by New Zealand's stunning scenery failed miserably. So I'm going to have to concentrate on Hyundai's promising pocket rocket Veloster even more closely than I expected. Its 1.6-litre turbocharged petrol engine is essentially unchanged over the original version, but now it's paired with this better chassis. It feels all the stronger and more rewarding. You can get a manual version, but honestly, I think the pick is this, the 7-speed automatic. You've got paddle shifters for when you're getting really enthusiastic, and it's super snappy on windy roads like this. I didn't mind the looks of the first version, but for this, they've really nailed the exterior styling. Particularly the back end, which looks muscular and has a beautiful stance on the road. It looks so much more purposeful on the outside, but it delivers the dynamics to match that too. There's tons of grip in the corners. That may or may not be largely to do with Michelin Pilot Sports at every corner, but at last, the engineers have looked at this car, realized it looks like a driver's car, but now they're making it behave like one too. When you come to the twisty bits, the new Veloster really comes into its own. The turn-in is so sharp and crisp. There's tons of feel back through its electric power steering. On the absolute limit, the old version would just understeer into oblivion, but this, it's just got boundless grip. It turns and turns and turns, and then when you eventually find the limit, its tail end goes a little bit light. Not the front end, not at all what I expected. At last, this car really genuinely can claim to be a driver's car, not just one to look at. On these incredible roads, Hyundai's little turbo toy is a complete joy. But back to my original problem. If distracted drivers are dangerous, then New Zealand's roads, framed by ridiculously picturesque vistas at every turn, should be as deadly as anthrax. But that's a risk I'm willing to take.